Let's put this car in the dyno for the millionth time. Hey guys, so episode 2 of our weekly wrap up. This week's been a bit of a catch up, sort of get things done, clean up a little bit and so on. So not a lot of stuff to report this week other than we've made some progress on a few cars. So we had Adam's car, or Adam had his car out to Heathcote on the weekend, and yeah, it went 847 at 167 mile an hour, and we've seen a massive improvement in the 60 foot to a 142, I think it was. We just upgraded to a Circle D converter, one of their billet 2-piece converters, and it's been a massive transformation on the car. Money well spent. Wasn't cheap to get the converter here, but the guys at Circle D have absolutely delivered on this one, so super happy with how it's responded. The car doesn't need nitrous at all to come up, like it comes up on the converter so good. So as a 427 cube, big turbo LS should, you know, it's not like a 4-cylinder, so it comes up on the converter like absolutely perfectly. So super happy with it. But Adam's heading off to Sydney in a couple of weeks' time, and we thought, you know what, let's give him every chance he's got to run a 7, because at Heathcote it was really struggling. He was getting out of the 60 foot, and then once he got out of the 60 foot, the car was just lighting the tyres up. So we have been struggling quite a fair bit with the rear end of this car. It does have a 4-link, so it's going to be heading off to Pazzo to get the rear end checked out and reset up again, so we can have his best chance he's got at Sydney. Based on the weight and the calculator, we're sort of showing that it might go maybe around the 8.1, 8.2. Deep down, Adam really wants his 790. I want a 790. We all want the 790. So we thought, you know, let's get it back on the dyno and turn the nitrous on and see what we can get out of it. Surprisingly, the nitrous didn't really help us a lot. We put a 200 shot in it in the top end, so around the 4-second mark in the power run. And yeah, look, 1,095 kilowatts it went to in the top end. You can sort of just see up here. This is where it sort of woke it really up. It's not going to be enough to get the car into the 7s, you know, but they say the Sydney track is amazing, and you know, us Victorians apparently have never raced on a good track. So we'll, yeah, first time we're going to get a car down to Sydney and actually see what it can really do. So yeah, fingers crossed that all works out for the best, and you know, if it doesn't crack the 7, then you know, it is what it is. I know what Adam will do. We'll just put a bigger turbo on it. The old GDX 55 hasn't, unfortunately, we're out of puff, like 26 pounder boost, and that's it, you know. So it hasn't got $1 more to make, and even with the nitrous, it's saying, no, I don't want to make any more. So, but yeah, that's sort of where we've been working on Adams this week, and we'll sort of jump across to Coda's car and have a look at what's been going on with that one. We've been chasing a few oiling issues on this car. Not so much oil pressure, it's just a case of it's got a 2-stage daily pump on it. I'll just turn the camera on. If you can see it down here, it's a 2-stage pump. So we're just experimenting a little bit with the oil lines. It's no secret that these RBs love to keep oil in the top end, and once they fill the top end, they push out like a sieve. So we've sort of been filling up the catch can. A lot of people would say it's because of excessive crankcase pressure and so on, but RBs unfortunately have an inherent problem. They've just got too small drains in them, and they can't get the oil back to the sump. So we're sort of experimenting a little bit with this one, just trying to get it right. Coda's got a billet engine that's going in this in the near future, so we want to make sure we can get this perfectly. So we've tried out now using the 2nd-stage pump as a scavenge pump from the bottom end, and we've put a drain into the sump. So we're just, yeah, it's not rocket science what we're trying to do here, and other people have probably done it and mastered it. It's something that we're trying to work out for ourselves, and yeah, we'll see how we go. We're going to get it back on the dyno and see if we can make some progress on that. So CT's car's all back together. It was a bit of a mission, this one. It's unfortunately with the oil leak that we had. So this is an SR20 with a VE head on it, and then down here where the timing cover, sort of can't really see it in the video unfortunately, I'll try and get down, but where the timing cover meets the cylinder head, there's one of the bolts that is slightly different with the VE cover, and we yeah, it kept leaking out of there, and unfortunately where it was drilled for the thread, it sort of went in the gallery. So yeah, big job to repair that one, but the engine's all back in, and yeah, this is ready to hit the track. So we'll certainly looking forward to seeing what this car is going to do. I expect this car to be quite fast over the quarter mile. I'm not going to say numbers just yet, but yeah, look, it's a light car, and you know, 500 kilowatts and a 2-speed glide, this thing should actually be a rocket ship. So looking forward to getting this one out. It's finally done, so he's picking that up today. This Silverado has been a bit of a problematic car. It's come to us with several issues. A lot of them have been introduced, unfortunately, but with the long range fuel tank that's in there, unfortunately we've been chasing an evap solenoid, low vacuum or open or leaking hose, and yeah, so as you can see here, the O-ring has found its way out. So obviously when they installed it, it's yeah, not the best, but anyway, look, mistakes do happen. So that's a good little find to sort out. So if you've got a Silverado and you're getting a lot of evap codes after fitting a long range fuel tank, then this is probably the spot that you need to look at. So yeah, right at the very top, that O-ring there. So that's sort of cost us a fair bit of time trying to find that one, but now that we've identified it, hopefully that's the end of that little code. So we'll get the tank back in this car and get it back going again, and hopefully get it back to the customer soon. Darren's been flat knacker on the territory. I'm currently doing an episode 2 video on this one, so we'll probably touch more base on this in that video, which will drop later tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, just a quick little thing on what he's been doing. He's mainly just been working on the water mesh system, fuel tanks out of the car, rejigging some lines up, and just kind of getting it ready for the engine to go back in. So he's done a bit more work on the fuel tank, but yeah, we'll get back onto that on the episode build. JC's been mowing into Nick's car. They've got the turbocharger on now, camshaft is all in. Unfortunately now with this turbocharger, because this kit was to suit a VF, they've actually got a different strut tower. So, and you can see here, we've actually had to clearance all the tower. So you're sort of in the mocking up stage at the moment. We'll get it all dialed, we'll get everything set up how we want it, and then we'll pretty much fill all this in and clearance it and reinforce it, and you would never even know we modified it. There's all the exhaust and everything runs down there. So this build's slowly sort of starting to take shape and come together. Got a little bit more work to do, opening some areas up and making things look a bit neater and so on. So Cassidy's doing a little bit of generic or general servicing today, and this little what is it? Barina. Little Barina. Yeah. He loves these Barinas. He's a big fan of them. So, but anyway, yeah, he's just doing the service on that one. So bit of an easy week this week. We're just more catching up on things. New little projects that have just arrived. We just got a VZ Thunder Ute, I think it is. Yep, got the Thunder Ute out there. This one's got a 2-speed glide. Oh, sorry, turbo 400. Just recently got installed. Got a blower on it. It's actually not a bad little combo. This one. It's pretty neat inside. So got a little bit of work to do on this one, get it all set up, got a few vibrations in the driveline and just a few little setup things we just need to fix up, but all in all this is actually a pretty clean, neat car, so looking forward to getting this one done and getting on the dyno. But that's kind of all I've really got for this week. We have got plenty more work that the boys are working on, but sort of saving those things for other videos and so on. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are. So it's a bit of a short episode this week, but we'll hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll have a bit more to sort of give you guys, and yeah, a few more techie videos coming out as we go. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. On the camera. I don't want to be on that video.